time I try to get myself in the headspace to like enjoy this show, the next time another episode comes out, I'm always disappointed. I honestly don't know why I try. I really don't. Oy vey. Let's go and into this freaking madness that is Willow, episode 5. The episode literally starts with them running, and from these things that we saw in the last episode, it's just sheer madness, and there's this unbearable music playing in the background that really doesn't fit the show. It doesn't fit the setting. It's just so out of this world jarring that it makes me viscerally angry. Like, no other episode so far has made me feel the sheer madness of what people must have experienced when they were smoking some really bad grass. Because what the hell? What is even this music? So done. It's like halfway through they gave up. No, before the show even started, they gave up. What is even the point of this? I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to sit through and do this whole thing. It is that disgusting. Why are you using this? What in the eternal nepotism is going on with this show? I mean, really? Did they just make the show off the cuff because they didn't want to lose the rights to the franchise or something? Did they just want to throw it away so people didn't ask for it even though we know they didn't? So these things are chasing them, and while they're running, I mean, Willow takes this moment to use a flamethrower. I swear to God, I'm sorry. It feels like someone's just making this up on the fly after their freaking hangover. Willow gets this flamethrower. And they couldn't use it all this time, and they just never talk about it. When the guy asks him, "What the hell is that?" This is Willow's response.
What the hell is that? Don't worry about it.
Oh my God.
Please shoot me.
This episode is worse than all the other episodes combined. It feels like half of the writers left after the last episode, and the rest of the people that were left on the show were like, fuck it, just whatever, let's just have fun. Don't even take it seriously. World building, what's that? This isn't... I seriously am at a loss for words to describe how fucking dumb this episode is. Like, it's actually making me really angry. And I'm not just hating to hate, as all you little twig branches like to say. It is literally that bad. Even if it had redeeming qualities like before, well, those jumped out the ass. I don't know what happened to those. Like, what? What? I need to be drunk to review this. So I'm gonna take a break and come back later or maybe tomorrow because I'm not feeling well and this is just making me feel worse.
Let's go! Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away, get away, get away.
All right, I'm back. I am so sorry. I let my anger get to me. I'm going to have to drink while doing this because I cannot do this sober. Willow's not even running. Bro, if you're too old to run, first of all, never mind. So they're all running pell-mell from these things. They ask how long can they keep this up for? I don't know how Willow was able to keep up with that guy. And since they decide they can't outrun these things, there's a stupid dramatic pan of them going into like the wilderness wildwood forest. Again, Mousehead here knows all about the perils of the wildwood, but the person in charge of the whole operation, who is Willow, fails to tell everyone and only tells them after Mouse Person has instructed them to stay clear of certain things in the forest. Remember what Willow said? It was High Aldwin, right? Isn't it, Willow? Yet he does not act like this for the entirety of the show. Fucking swig. Ooh, goddamn. Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh, God. Oh, that is nice. Let's continue. So they all run because they have no better ideas. Again, how is Willow keeping up with them? They're not even running. They're freaking loping. I can't. So this thing is like, I don't want to go in there. That's a dangerous place. Even though my freaking head is in a freaking Hellraiser cage. And the harpy person is like, yeah, it's a good idea. My suit looks stupid. It's supposed to look like skin, but it just looks like I have pieces of a freaking hefty bag all over me. One thing I will give Willow is that when it comes to the fantasy aspect, for a moment, you are made to feel as though you're in a fantasy show because they have those little tiny After Effects speckle shit going on that looks actually really nice. If you actually look at this and you don't have any sound, you'll actually get lost in thinking, wow, this is a fantasy show. It's like every 15 minutes or every now and then, once in a blue moon, they have to remind us that we're in a fantasy show, but for 95% of it, you're not. So then Elora and Willow are having this stupid mentor-student thing where she's like, let me try the wand, and he's like, no, you don't know how to use it, even though I want you to jump into things and learn magic really quickly, and I thrust things upon you all the time, but no, you can't use the wand because reasons.
Well, but you're not ready. There's a strict system of magical pedagogy.
Ew.
It means wisdom or knowledge.
Why would Elora not know that? Growing up with a freaking queen? I mean, yeah, she's a muffin girl, but really? I feel like they put that in there as a comic relief for us, the audience, because, oh my god, it sounds like pedo. It's supposed to be funny, but it isn't. She brings up that she cured Graydon and made the salve and made the berry grow and whatnot, but Willow's like, yeah, the things I wanted you to do, but I don't know. Just no real reason why not to give her the wand, except that he's afraid that the show is going to be lost. It's already lost, Willow. Even though this show is called you are not the centerpiece of the show. It's very clear. Jafar Dude and Mouseman talk about women, and it's very obvious that Mouseman now really likes Elora, and it's becoming more of a freaking fantasy, but heavily romantic. Jafar's like, oh no, there's jawbones on the ground. I have a plan, guys, because he knows something bad's about to happen. And they're like, what? And then they get captured by the bonehead people that wear people's faces as skulls. I mean, skulls people's as faces. Look, I got alcohol in me. I'm sorry. Anyway, they're brought to these people's, the Reaver Bone Reaver people's house, camp, and it's very clear that these people are dangerous, or are they? Because, you know, there's no freaking stakes in this show. Then we get some joke about Laurie Boreman and how his name is Laurie, but he's insecure about it. This guy in the background is heavily contemplating why he's even here. Then we get one of the better parts of the show. This freaking lioness who happens to be this guy's ex. She is so freaking hot. She's so nice to look at that I am totally okay with watching her on screen. She's the most interesting thing about a show called Willow with Willow in it that I've seen so far. She's giving me very Ed Screen for some reason. Her name is Scorpia. Notice I'm not mentioning this watermelon head because I really don't like her. She doesn't get any better. She gets more in tune with her feelies, but the character has like irreparable damage right now that I really don't care what happens to her. It actually feels like she's not supposed to exist, and it wouldn't really make a difference if she didn't. She's like, let us go and keep the Jafar guy if you want, because he is literally the worst. Those are her words, even though she is the only person who fits that this description. That's the word. Yeah. Hate her so much. Then lioness woman called Scorpia is really mad at him, but she obviously wants to bang. She thought he was dead. Then these guys are thrown in some kind of prison and they can't get out, and Willow doesn't have his wand because he didn't realize that Elora took it. Then they're like, how are we gonna get out of here? That's when Mouse Guy's like, I like Elora, and Willow's like, shut your penis up. I'm sorry. Shut your boom boom stick up. Gotta edit that out later, but I'll probably forget. Please don't strike me. Then for some reason, we find a brownie house or brownie residence that for some reason the bonehead people left inside, and brownies are very opportunistic, so people can just use them to get out if they need to, whatever. Kid and Elora are in a jail right now too, and she's like, Jade is my, I don't know. It's super obvious that they're talking about them liking each other. Then Elora's like, you know what? I'm actually sorry for that girl because you'll never love her back the way she loves you. Blah, blah, freaking blah. And she's like, I have the wand now. And even though I am still learning magic, I can like get us out of here. Jafar tells his story of how he was able to freaking get out. I don't even know. Half of this freaking episode is just nonsense, I swear. But it's clear lioness lady just wants to bang him. Then Willow, get this. The brownies live here. And of all the coinky dinkies, guess whose daughter this is? Oh my god, it's Rulo from the first movie. What are the chances that this, out of all the brownies in the world, which is a joke that the daughter just made because she's like, oh, you think that all brownies know each other? He happens to be here. Wow.
Oh my god! Wow!
So then the Rule's like, I thought I'd never see you again, but you know, the show's writing made that possible because everything is just super convenient. Oh. Cocktail is hitting. Then they foreshadow a toll raid happening, but Rule can't go with him. He says, that guy behind you, that mouse man, that guy, he is a brave guy. He is gonna be your Rule and Frangine now. Because, you know, we don't even want to spend the money on making brownies, even though they do make them look better now because it's like the baseline. We are in the future now, so it's so stupid. All of this is just a waste of time, to be honest. So Willow gets their help, but only if they have Sherlindra's wand. And then Willow's like, oh crap, I don't have it. This bitch does. So she thinks of a word that she forgot because she's still learning. Then she gets lucky. She's like, oh, let me slap it a little bit. You know, slapping the stick. Boom! I did a spell to break us out. And everyone's like, oh my god. They quickly escape. This girl's like, your beard tricked me. Kid and Allura like, we'll fight everyone. And Allura's like, I have the stick now and I'll hurt you. And Jade is tied up and this guy's like, you know, I don't like empty threats. And she's right up there sticking the wand in his face. And he's like, oh, your stupid empty threats, and takes the wand from her. And Jade is like, crappity doodah. But it's okay, because I can save myself. And she slips out of the rope that they tied. Because, of course, she does. Because, you know. Then Scorpia is like, let me clap real sexy, like.
You make a decent...
Is nobody watching people? Is nobody watching people? Why is everyone like nobody... Okay. This is what happens when you make long speeches. So then these two start fighting, but of course Jade kicks her ass, and this is such a weird fight scene because I don't know what it is about these shows. Maybe it's just me, but it doesn't actually look like they're fighting each other. Like there's somewhere that the sound design, it's like, oh wow, that sounded like that person and looked like that person actually hit that person. But it's very clear that the hits don't feel like they're hitting. Look, when she punches her, she doesn't even do that thing with the head. Like the way she's coming, there's no flinch. It's like this with every fight. It's so aggravatingly teasing. It's like to the point you actually want to hit one of them for real. So then she's all confident, like, come on, bro. When she gets Jade on her back, she is ready to kill her conveniently like this. Just conveniently. She just happens to hold her doggy and wants to stab her in the back of her neck like this. Not, you know, the normal way people usually would kill people. So she could conveniently see the family crest mark on the back of her hair, wig, neck. And she's like, bring her to my tent. And then when we find out later that Jade is actually her long-lost half-sister. Aw, they both share the same daddy. And Jade was lied to her whole life. We'll get to that in a bit. So the brownies give Willow this map thing. He says the thing that I drew with the rocks, don't go that way. But if they go with, if the prince gets down there, those things will follow him. And Willow plays it off and he's like, you know what? I got a plan that your plan is great and we're gonna add something to it, which he's not. So he's like, let's do this. And Willow, being a shorter person than all the other people around him, doesn't take into consideration that another short person might not want you holding up your hand so freaking high. Is he an idiot? Is he really an idiot? Actual idiot? Like, even with my dogs, when I train them to do the hand thing, the slap hands, I don't hold my hands up above because, you know, as a person who has been alive long enough, you have depth perception and you've met these people before and you've known them before and you know exactly how low you should hold your hand so they can reach it. And then when he misses, he's like,
I know the feeling.
you little bitch, you did that on purpose so you could laud that over him because you're bigger. Feels good, doesn't it? Rule's not going with him. We've got Fat Mouth over there. He's coming. So then Sexy Lioness woman comes out and she's like, you're sisters. Queen Sorsha lied to you. I knew they were sisters from I saw her because they look so alike. Got the whole freckle thing going on. I mean, it's very clear that they're related, or at least they could be related. So Jade has the father's mark of Kale. Had 15 children and she and Jade are the last ones. How does she know that? If she didn't even know Jade existed or Jade was still okay or alive, maybe she watched all the other ones die. So Jade's like, my father was a free man killed by your people. And then she's like, no, he was killed by Mad Mardigan at the Battle of Nockmaar. Oh my god. As if they couldn't shit on the poor character anymore. Now they made him the one responsible for Jade's father's death. I mean, Jade's family's death. I mean, Jade's father's death. What in the hell? Yeah, so Mad Mardigan killed him, the first Bone Reaver who looked like a wraith. And your mother was killed by the raiders that took you to Tears Lean. And then she's like, oh yeah, I remember that. So get this. It just sounds like a whole bunch of whatevers, but, you know, the Bone Reaver people are supposed to be, like, really evil people or something, or very savage people, what have you, but you can't have true evil in this show unless it's, you know? So then, Lioness Woman says Bavmorda, the evil queen, made a pact with the slaves of Galador. She would help them overthrow their evil masters if they were loyal to her. And it's okay, we're not evil, because people do whatever's necessary to be free. She said those who survived, they fled, but the armies of Tears Lean and Galadoran went after them because they were afraid of us. They fear us, as they should. Her words, not mine. But sooner or later we let her tell you herself. I don't know. Kind of feels like something else is going on here that we're not aware of. It's kind of heavy-handed, if you know what I mean. Maybe it's just me. It just feels a bit freaking awkward.
They feared us, as they should. Sooner or later we rise up. What better way to prevent an uprising than to steal their future? Raise children to believe their captors are their saviors. Make them loyal. Make them soldiers.
Says the people who wears people's skulls as freaking helmets. So off screen, the brownie helps Willow, even though in the movie, the brownies were very much involved. They brought Rule back just to show him helping Willow off screen. No, sorry, just to not show him helping Willow. Then this guy's like, hurry, we have to save Elora. Kick, stop thinking with your, you know, whatever. And right before he says the thing we know he's gonna say, they do that joke thing. I am so freaking buzzed right now. I can't even think straight.
No, we've no idea what we're walking into. I need you thinking with your head, not your heart.
First Avenue.
So they're all having a big party and don't care about the prisoners anymore. Elora comes barreling out after they take back their weapons because nobody's watching them, which means that an enemy could have just, nobody's standing guard, an enemy that they claim is still after them because the enemy fears them, could have easily walked upon them and shivved their shaznats. But it's okay. Elora comes out, she's laughing, she's like, oh, we're gonna have dinner. But she gives Graydon this freaking cold shoulder. And she says the others are around here somewhere. Was she ever intending to release Willow and Graydon anyway? Big Lori Beef guy's friends with Elora now, and he's helping her cook. She uses the wand, and now magic comes really super easy to her and knows all these things. And he's like, give me the wand. What are you doing? And she's like, bitch, I thought you wanted me to use magic. Why are you acting so triggered? I swear to God, this freaking show is killing my brain cells. It's just making me angry, and maybe that's because I'm just like, my neck is cricked and I'm not having a great day, but this is not really the thing to watch when you're not feeling well. It's really sweet though, how Jade and her sister love each other. And then the sister gives a speech and saying, all we ever wanted, you know, or was to not live in fear and not serve any master, no Daikini or troll or crone. We have no army to defend us, no one to love us and help us. All we have is the fear that our masters evoke and our determination to survive. And my sister has finally come home. She then tells everyone how Jade grew up in Tears Lean, where lies were fed about her family and about herself. She never really knew who she was. Now she does. During the ceremony, these plums are given out to everyone, and they're truth plums, so you can't help but tell the truth. Everyone gets brick-faced, and it's just this freaking, I don't know. So this big-ass guy is having a drinking competition with idiot face over here. Can you guess who wins and drinks the freaking 300, 400-pound guy under the table? Oh my fucking God. So the people who make a living out of drinking, like freaking whales drinking water, they get outdrank by this person who has not lived that life. I mean, yeah, she's had dinners and stuff, but not like this. She's a princess, right? These people live this life where alcohol is now part of their blood, and she drinks him under, oh my God. Okay. I can't even. I just, it's so ridiculous. I know it's supposed to be fantasy, but It's one of those fantasy situations where it is very hard for you to suspend disbelief because of how unlike fantasy it is. I don't even know if that makes sense. Dude gets his face shaved and people are like, oh my god, you look like a boy now. You're not gonna impress girls. And he's like, what? Even though he looks better without it. Far and Linus girl give each other eyes and he's like, I'm already part of your heart. Some foolishness like that. Who cares? And then Jade is mad at Kit because she asked her if she knew about her origin, and Kit's like, I suspected, but I didn't want to tell you because I wasn't sure and I didn't want to break your heart. And Jade gets mad at her and says that she breaks hearts anyway. Elora gets mad at Graydon because she's like, you killed your brother, and he's like, yeah, I was possessed. Elora of all people should understand. He says he loved his brother and it wasn't him because he was possessed, and it wasn't him that tried to kill her either. And she's like, oh, so it wasn't you? Really? Bitch, what is wrong with you? You can clearly see that.
Your brother, and it wasn't you at Nockmar either.
Yes, but neither time.
So who are you?
I guess I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay. Let me know when you do.
Why is this freaking Ferengi acting as though he has control over that? She clearly saw that he was, she treated him better when he was actually in the middle of being evil and possessed by this thing than she treats him when he's not. He's literally telling her she saw that he was not himself and had no problem when he was like that, but now he's healed and you know that you had to take that magic out of him. You sucked it out, Green Mile style, into your body, and you're acting as though he did it to himself. You freaking idiot. I cannot say. Why is everyone in the show so unlikable and acts like they have freaking huge horse sticks up their asses? Willow starts trying to tell jokes that are not funny. Then he admits because of the truth plum that he's a washed up old hack and he's mediocre at best. No, you're not. If I had to rate from 0 to 100, I would say you're probably like maybe 6%. Not to mention, you not only can't do magic very well, but the times you can actually do magic, you forget that you can and you wait till the last minute when you could have used these things a long time ago, like that very convenient flamethrower that just came out of nowhere that you decide only to use at the last minute and then never use again.
Mean. You're not as useless as I thought you were.
You're as dumb as everyone thought you were. So then Elora gives her some advice about Jade, and she's like, oh, you know, you gotta love her with, you know, your heart. Be honest and feeling, talky. She was in the middle of saying how she was cruel to this watermelon head, but watermelon head was actually cruel to everyone. So then she's like, I need to talk to you, Jade. Elora gets mad when she overhears Willow saying that he was a washed up hack and he lied about everything. You know, it was just dumb luck where he defeated the queen. And he's like, oh, these truth plums, never again. Then these guys are like, I like you, I love you so much. Oh, turns out I love you too, and I need you, and wherever you're gonna go, I'll follow you. And one of the things that upsets me to no end, remember that stupid song that we got in the beginning with the foolishness? Freaking music that does not fit the setting whatsoever. Well, they have another one that they play over and over again near the end of this that also does not fit the setting and just completely takes me out of whatever I was trying to get in, which is very hard. It's like they're trying to keep you unimmersed. The only fantasy movie or show I've seen that makes this work is freaking Shrek or Ella Enchanted. Things that are like obvious, straight up satire. This tries to ride the line and it fails. It just drops on one of the sides it's not supposed to drop over on.
Totally, ridiculously, desperately in love with you. Fuck off.
Because they take a little too long to talk about it, and you know, if we had had some build up to their relationship, maybe this would have felt very earned, but it doesn't really. And I know you're like, well, we had a lot of build up before. Yeah, but it felt forced, it felt rushed. It's only like in the last few episodes, they're like, oh, you only have to know that they like each other because people keep alluding to them liking each other, and so do they. But it's very clear half the time that it seems as though they don't. Like, there's no chemistry there.
If I kiss you, I may never stop.
There's a song in the background. And now you're like, okay, you know what? Now they're breathing all heavy and whatnot, and maybe we can try to get something going here. Maybe we can create the atmosphere. Let's see them actually try to do it, even though the music is seriously taking me out of it.
I suppose there's only one way to find out.
don't even know what the, oh God. Holy shit, damn. Good grief. I enjoyed that a lot. So then she runs away. Everyone is freaking out. Trolls are catching everyone. No one can find Willow. And it ends. Hot diggity damn. This was the worst episode of this entire show. The worst episode of the entire show. Like a culmination. This would be the freaking boss level of all the other episodes so far. Like, I actually dread this. Like, you're like, oh, see it through. We want to see you review the rest of it. I'm not even getting enough views for these freaking videos for it to warrant me watching this. But sure, why not? Holy crap, man. My head is buzzing. That's the end. Anyway, I'm gonna go massage my neck with my massager thingy. Only my neck, just in case. What did you guys think about it? I don't even know what the point is in asking. If one thing, you know, it is better, drink before you watch the episode. It's freaking lit when you drink. Yeah. Anyway, whatever my outro is, that.